Happy Mother's Day to all the moms and pseudo moms that are out there. Today is bittersweet. Mother's Day is a day that is created to rejoice, celebrate, and appreciate mothers and all that they do. But Mother's Day really is every day. The role and expectation of the role of a mom surpasses any other role that exists on this planet. I am a mom. I have two sons. And for a long time, I prided myself so much that mom was a big piece of my identity. Like, I saw myself as my son's mom. Even my passwords and just my whole self-concept was the boy's mom. So much so that I lost my sense of self of who I was outside of that role. Like, I only identified and related to myself as their mom. And some of that was because that was inherited values and traditions that were taught to me, that I learned and then later believed that that was how I was supposed to act or behave with that title, with that role that I was playing in my life. And it stemmed from a childhood of being raised by a single mom who was always in survival mode. She was a great provider, excuse me. She was a great provider, but not so much a protector, very emotionally unavailable, because she was out trying to look for satisfaction and fulfillment in other pieces of her life, so much that she couldn't or didn't allow herself to be available to me. So I grew up feeling very alone as an only child to this single mom, really yearning for affection, connection, to be seen, to be heard. And there are a few positive memories that I have in my childhood that include my mom. And some of them, or one of them that really comes up for me, is when it was report card day and I got to come home and show my mom my report card. I always had straight A's. Like, one, school felt very easy to me, but also school was an outlet. Like, it was an escape from this very solitude, emotionally deprived life that I lived the majority of the time. When I got to school, I got to be around people and humans, and my opinion and my collaboration and participation was valued and celebrated by people around me, and it felt good. And so I wanted to do more. I wanted to do good. I wanted to do better. And when I got straight A's and I brought it home, my mom would always treat me to Haagen-Dazs ice cream in Montgomeryville Mall. And it was something that I really looked forward to. So although school came easy and I really enjoyed it, but there was an added motivating factor to me getting these straight A report cards, was because I knew that I would be able to have undivided time spent with my mom. We would drive to the Montgomeryville Mall, sit in the food court. We would order a sugar cone, a vanilla Swiss almond ice cream, and we would sit there until the ice cream melted down our hands, just licking it. And I appreciated every ounce of that time. And then afterwards, we would go up into the mall, and she would give me $10 and allow me to go to Claire's Boutique Accessory Store and pick out, they had a sale at that time. You could pick out 10 items for $5. And so I would take my sweet time, you know, ruminating, meandering around the store, picking up scrunchies and necklaces and all kinds of jewelry, shoelaces and rings and earrings and all kinds of stuff, scarves. and showing her each piece to get her opinion and show her what I like, and seeing her enthusiasm for being able to spend time and celebrate me. And I value that time because I didn't have to share her with anyone else. Every other time in our life, it was like I had to share her with her boyfriend at the time. I had to share her with her work. I had to share her with her friends or her cousins that she wants to hang out with. It was like I felt like I only mattered or even was acknowledged or existed in her life was when I produced the straight A report card. So I gained to appreciate those small, minute times that I got to spend with my mom. But later in life, when I became older, I desired more, I craved more. And when I would ask for it, it was met with a lot of resistance. Ayana, I don't have time. I'm looking for love. Okay. And then at 13, my innocence was robbed by her boyfriend while she was away on vacation with her family. And I called her and told her what happened. And she said, we'll deal with it when I get it back home. And it didn't stop. For days and days and days until she got back home, he continued. And so I left. And then when I left, I was then deemed as a runaway. I was deemed as too grown. And that really was the rupture in our mother-daughter relationship. Was I already felt emotionally deprived since a little girl because she was emotionally unavailable for me. But then during my adolescence, when I really needed her to protect me, she dismissed me and then didn't believe me and then started stating untruths about me to protect the identity that she created. And at that point was when I realized that I was all that I had. And so I put on this exterior of like toughness, of strength. I can do it all by myself. I don't need nobody. And that was a protective shield for me, and it supported me as I navigated young adult life. But after a while, it became a barrier to me actually being able to experience love. So then fast forward, when I became a mom, I devoted myself to my children because I never wanted them to feel that same emotional neglect and abandonment that I experienced. I didn't want them to ever feel like their voices didn't matter. I never wanted to put anything or anyone before them. And so I gave my children all of me, all of my resources, all of my time, all of my energy, all of everything, to the point where I continued that cycle of abandonment. And this time it wasn't my mom abandoning me. It was me abandoning me. Like I didn't allow myself to have really in-depth relationships or partnerships or friendships or even have any kind of joy that didn't involve them. And so although I really value the role of a mom because it's taught me so many things in life, it's kind of this bittersweet thing. And that's what I want to get to is like, at this chapter in my life, I've really learned how to honor, I call it the both and. Honoring the pain and the wisdom that you get to extract from the pain. I'm sitting here now, as you can see, I'm in Bali, Indonesia, and I would have never imagined that this was what my life would look like. 3 years ago, I was sitting in my corporate desk as a psychotherapist for the federal government, working 40 hours a week with veterans that had dual diagnosis of serious mental illness and substance abuse. And then after my 40-hour week, I would come home and I would cook and I would clean and then I would nourish and I would Uber and do all the things to be the best mom to my kids so they never grew up to feel the same wounds that I felt. But I got to a point of burnout, of exhaustion, of depletion. I didn't even know how to experience joy. I can remember going out on dates and guys would ask me, like, what do you like to do? And I'm like, I have no idea. That's a very complex question for me. What do I like to do? I can tell you what I do, but what I like to do, I don't even know. Like, I've never even given myself enough space to actually even ask myself, what do I like? What do I want for myself? And so the role of a mom is not to be so self-preoccupied that you dismiss and detach from your children, but it's also not the opposite of the kind of mom that I became, where it's like you're so overly involved in your kid's life that you become codependent on the relationship dynamic, that there is no you without them. And so I'm in this chapter now where I'm learning balance. I'm restoring balance in the masculine and feminine energy in my role as a mom, and me choosing to show up more for me, to actually do things that I desire. Like, I didn't want to work an office job and just have the same redundant Groundhog Day every day. That felt what's the word I want to use? Unexciting. It felt like a trap. Felt like I was in this kind of self-induced prison, and every day I was just choosing to clock into my cell because I was told that that was how you create success. Was you go to school, you get a job in your career, or you get a career in your field of study, you have kids, you buy a house, and voila, you're happy for life. Well, I did all that. I got a degree, I got another degree, I got multiple certifications, I bought a house, I got married, I had kids. I got to this pinnacle of what people deem as success, what I've been told is the formula, and yet I still felt unfulfilled. And the only thing that I was getting any kind of vitality for life was vicariously through seeing how I can support other people and making them happy, my children in particular. And so on this Mother's Day, I want to honor the strength, the endurance that mothers are just kind of expected to have. I want to honor all of the trials and tribulations, challenges, and traumas that mothers endure while still holding, nurturing, and caring for their children, especially to the single mamas. I see you. I honor you. And although I'm in a state of disconnection from my mom, I love her with my whole entire heart, but I just, at this point in my life, I can no longer hold space for anyone. I don't care what your role is in my life, for anyone that doesn't honor me as a human first. If all that you can see me as the role that I play in your life, and you're not willing to honor, respect, show love, or support for me as an individual, because it doesn't align with how you want or need me to show up in your life, then access is denied, right? So this is a full self-disclosure, but also it's a reclamation of power. And it's also an invitation for you. If you're here, if this landed on your feed and you're listening to these words, This is an invitation for you to show up for you. This is an invitation for you to stop abandoning your dreams, your wishes, your desires because you have inherited or believed or subscribed to the limitations of what a mom is. A mom is a human, is a female. And the best mom are the ones that are honest, that are true, that are balanced with their masculine and feminine energy of giving and receiving. And if all you do is give, then you're going to be left depleted, drained, and exhausted. And then you'll blame the world and all the people that are surrounding you as to why your life is not feeling fulfilled in some capacity, whether that's in relationship dynamics or finances or even pleasure. I'm 41 years old, and this is the first time that I'm getting to actually explore what pleasure is to me. What actually makes me happy? What feels good? And in me choosing this path, it meant that I had to say no and detach and distance myself from a lot of people. My mom, even my children, love them with my whole entire being. But if the only way that I can be a part of your life is by me abandoning myself, then I'm good. That's not love, that's control. That's abuse, narcissistic emotional abuse. That's a manipulation. And we need to normalize honoring truth, because that's what love is. Love is truth. It's unconditional, it's boundless. And it meets you where you are. It doesn't matter if you get straight A's. It doesn't matter if you're across the country in a different cultural experience. Love just is. And the role of a mom is love. The role of a human is love. We are love. You are love. And love comes from meeting yourself whole, accepting all of you, not shrinking or limiting yourself to fit in predefined boxes, not to conform to familial, cultural, societal, or even religious values if they don't align with your intrinsic sense of self. Who are you beyond the role of a mom? And if you never ask that to yourself, then this is an invitation to begin to create space to inquire, be curious. What would I love to experience in this life? Because this life is yours. You don't owe anybody anything. There's a song by Nicki Minaj and Drake. It's called Moment for Life. And there's a verse in the song, I'm not sure who does the verse, either Nicki Minaj or Drake, but they say, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Bar. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Life is meant to be lived. Are you living your life, or are you just tolerating, existing, or surviving it? This is an opportunity for you to make a different decision, to make a different choice, and to actually live your life to the fullest and give it the meaning that you want it to mean. Make it feel the way that you want it to feel. It's yours. If anything that I said today resonated with you, then drop a heart in the comments, share your story, your journey. And if you know that there's somebody else that needs to hear this message, share it with them. Like, subscribe, and join the tribe. The light within me honors, loves, and deeply appreciates the light within you. Namaste. I am free to be me. I am cultivating the life that I want to live.